flu-like symptoms or if you need a vaccine.
Ask your dermatologist about Tremfya.
This is KCAL News Mornings.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 25th. I'm Kalina Estrinos.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Chris Holmstrom. Here are some of the stories we're tracking for you as we head out the door. A heart-wrenching sight. USC star player Juju Watkins injured during March Madness, and we're learning it means the end of her season.
Plus, a man shot right in front of a Target store, and this morning, 3 people involved in the violence are still on the run. We're there live.
Also at the desk, our Mark Lou is looking into vandalism at a local store. He's going to show us the damage. That's just ahead.
But first, it won't be as warm as yesterday, but it's still going to be really nice. Let's take a look at your next weather with Amber Lee, and it's a little foggy out there right now, too.
Yeah, so we kind of have a mix of everything. So things are starting to change, and today's the day where we're starting to feel the difference. So I'm still tracking hot weather here in Southern California, but we also have the return of the sea breeze. So take a look this morning with our next weather visibility right along the coast. It's back, that marine influence. So we are starting to see a little bit more of the foggy conditions. Here's a live look with our next weather sky cam, Long Beach, showing the fog this morning down to just about less than a mile of visibility, but still you could still make out what's in front of you. But here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast for Long Beach. So once the fog clears, we're going to start to see some partly cloudy conditions later this morning, but definitely more sunshine, and it's still going to be nice right along the coast, just not quite as hot as yesterday. And then inland, as you get away from the beaches, this is where we're still feeling the heat, at least 10 to 15 degrees above average for some areas. All right, so coming up, my next weather forecast. When exactly will temperatures finally get down to near normal conditions? I'll have the answer for you coming up a little bit later. But how does traffic look on Tuesday?
You know what? It's not that bad. It really depends on where you're going. As you plan your day, make sure you give yourself a head start if you're going to be traveling on the 105 this morning, because we have issues there. We also have a crash that popped up on the 210 West at San Dimas. The left and right lane is blocked off here. So you can see that back at building as you leave the IE and head into the San Dimas area. It's about a 21-minute ride from baseline to that stretch. To give yourself extra time, you could take the 10 or the 60. The problem is we do have some traffic there too. It's lighter overall, but there's still some congestion. And I do want to take you out to this crash on the northbound 15 past Foothill. The right lane blocked off. You can see that delay building from the 10. I'll have more travel times and more to tell you about incidents coming up in just a bit.
All right, a lot of people saw this. A bittersweet victory for USC. Star player Juju Watkins went down with a season-ending injury during last night's game, but the ladies of Troy, they still managed to steal their spot in the Sweet 16.
There's so many emotions wrapped around this. Let's get out to KCAL News reporter Tina Patel live in University Park with more on her condition and more on what happened. Tina, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it was supposed to be a celebration. The Galen Center was packed last night. All these fans came here to watch the Trojans in the second round of the tournament, but those fans went silent when Juju Watkins went down in the first quarter. Take a look.
Watkins goes down hard, and she's grabbing her right knee quickly.
You could see how much pain the All-American was in after she got caught on a fast break between 2 Mississippi State defenders. Watkins stayed down on the court for several minutes before the team's medical staff came out and then carried her to the locker room. She would not return. After the game, CBS Sports confirmed that Juju Watkins had torn her ACL. USC says she'll undergo surgery and then begin rehabilitation after that, but her season is over. If the Trojans want to keep advancing in the tournament, they're going to have to do it without their biggest star. Head coach Lindsey Gottlieb thinks the team can do that. Here's what she said after the Trojans ended up beating Mississippi State by nearly 40 points.
You never want anyone to go down, especially someone, like Juju that we all, lean on in so many ways. But this team rallied. They rallied for her. They rallied for each other. Our fans had our back. I'm just really proud. And I think we showed what kind of team we are.
Now, this was the last home game for the Trojans. They're going to hit the road next. They did win, so they're going to be advancing to the Sweet 16, facing off Kansas City in Spokane, Washington this weekend. You know, it would be great if we could see Juju cheering